Right, let's begin with this. Police Minister Bheki Cele and National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola are expected to visit Diepsloot this afternoon. This after residents threaten a shutdown over crime. They say criminals do as they please and police aren't helping much. 7 people were killed this weekend alone. Let's go to our senior reporter Aviwe Mtila, who's been following developments for us. He joins us now live. Aviwe, in about an hour's time, the first government visit will be there in Diepsloot. How's it looking at the police station? Have the community members arrived there?
Certainly have arrived in the dozens, Maseko, outside the Diepsloot police station, and as you can see, just on my right here, there is already a heavy police contingency, rubber bullets in hand, ready for the police. In fact, they're standing off about some 10 or so meters, and on the other side, you'll see as well the public order policing, also armed with those handguns filled with rubber bullets. And of course, the leadership here is actually having conversations this very moment. The community leadership in talks with the police in terms of the way forward as they wait for those dignitaries, because you'd understand that they try to avert a situation where it has to be physical or those rubber bullets are actually being fired before these dignitaries are actually pulled out. I'll try to actually stick in my microphone there to hear what the conversation is about.
One the minister, don't want the general of public order policing is not going to resolve this. We've been having meetings here with different police stations, CPF and stakeholders. The general, we are not going to give us the resolutions that we want and decisions. So can you go and explain to the general that the people of Diepsloot are not interested in meeting him? We want General Cele to come here. MEC, Minister, General, Police Commissioner at least. But for now, guys, let our generals remain. You can remain here. We are turning back and marching in the community. We are here. We want to speak directly to the minister. That's what we are asking for. So going inside there is going to waste time. We don't want friction between you and us as members of the community. Please, can you allow us with our people to go back and do whatever we're doing? We're not going to get answers. We're not going to resolve anything inside there. We want the minister.
Why don't you wait here till the minister comes then?
They said 2 o'clock. But now it's 2 o'clock. We are telling us there's public order policing. There's someone from provincial. We don't accept that.
Who's the general inside?
We're not going to now it's 1 o'clock.
No, General Cele is on the way.
Yes.
Then we will wait.
But what I'm saying is,
coming. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so but we are going to wait for him here then because you don't want to talk to anybody.
No, we'll wait.
But I was hearing you saying you are going back to the committee.
Yeah,
so
because I will wait. I will rather wait here.
What time do you think he can be here, actually?
I cannot confirm
now our issue, we just want to hand over whatever that we want to hand over to him. Then this guy is saying we're not going to meet with Faith or whoever who's here because we've been meeting with them for several times and they're not helping any of this community. So ours now, we're going to remain there and saying, and please, we're asking your people and we'll ask our people to behave. Let's behave each other so that we continue to say, from now on, we're not going to allow any car besides the one from the police or the media to enter that site. Any car can help must go back. Please.
Okay, I'm going to grab Lee Fankala here, who is one of the community leaders. Just after that conversation, Maseko, that was between the leadership of the Diepsloot community as well as the police themselves ahead of that crucial visit expected at 2:30 from the police minister, accompanied by the police commissioner, Fannie Masemola, as well, of course, as MEC of Community Safety, Faith Mazibuko. What are you expecting out of that visit, and how's the situation here?
No, the situation remains tense, and it must remain tense up until the minister comes here. You know, we've got police here. They were telling us we must meet the general from the province. We don't want generals. We have been meeting them. We have been meeting Faith. We don't even want to meet with Faith. All what we want to meet the minister, because we met with him 2 years back. The minister must come and explain himself, because the same situation that we experienced last time is still the same situation that we're experiencing even today. So the minister must come and explain better.
I was about to expand on that explanation, because if you're saying nothing has changed, what do you expect then now to change?
All what we want these illegal immigrants to go home peacefully, so because as the community leaders we have said, let's do it peacefully today, include the police officers, but definitely sure if you are not getting any joy with the explanation of the police, we will take the law law into our hands, of which is something that we don't want. Criminals are killing our people on a daily basis, and we cannot fold arms once our people are still killed. We'll retaliate, and it's not going to be nice. So police must intervene. The only thing that must happen is that
Wouldn't this be the police that are charged with taking care of Diepsloot? How's their performance been when you report, for example,
the local police station is failing us? Clearly so. The local police station is failing us, and you know, people they look at the situation of the police station, and these criminals, they've got the whole information. They're killing our people tonight. If something cannot happen, I'm telling you, someone will be killed in this community. We had enough of people dying, yes, and killed by these criminals. And I'm saying it's difficult for them to be arrested. We simply mean they're illegal immigrants.
Okay, we see there's a bit of a caucus down there, Maseko. I'm hoping you'll allow some time just to see and hear what the community is saying ahead, of course, of this crucial visit. They've come out in their dozens, almost about 100 to 200 community members here, quite disgruntled, of course, over those deaths that we've been hearing about that happen almost on every weekend basis. We're told just this past weekend, at least 7 people were murdered, and the way that it's happening is quite gruesome. Some sort of door-to-door murders that have been happening. So I'm going to stick my mic once more.
To allow anyone or any car to come through, beside only car, Yamapones again, or Yam media again. If you call it Yamaponesa or Yam media, you can fit a car again. But if I say Yamapones or I say media, Tamila Willem Rao, then another business is this police station, because this police station is so useless, and our Travanagamba police station are so useless again. So today, we invite the minister to come here. Robert Minister today, from now on, again. If Assad, we are not going to sleep. Remember, the strike 6 or 3 days again. Assad today, we continue again. So the Mufana Gonyana, but until 2 o'clock. And when you are level Lana Combo, Lagorna past 1 again. So what we want, our demand on work again. Bheki Cele, Bona Bana Baba Turindi Tuna Rubber Bullet. Who am I better again? Rabanagamo every day. Again. But Senegamaraku, Kubatanagamaran to Eternally. So now we're going to remain here. We're going to remain here and wait Bheki Cele to come. Media honor who exposed this government, who exposed this minister, who is not doing anything. Diepsloot again. So now let's continue to see.
Meaning that this is our land of our ancestors. That song that wraps up that conversation just behind us from the community members, saying that they're closing down this road right in front of the Diepsloot police station. No cars allowed except for official police cars or media cars. As they say, they wait for the Minister of Police, Bheki Cele, to come here alongside the new police commissioner, Fannie Masemola. That visit expected at 2:30, but there seems to be some sort of misunderstanding in terms of the time, as they say that they want that to happen at around 2 o'clock. Of course, at 2 o'clock we've been told that the MEC of Community Safety, Faith Masemola, is supposed to be on the ground here as well, seeking answers as to why there's nothing that's been done in terms of all these gruesome murders that we've been told about. And they're quite shocking, Maseko, the nature that they've been done by. You'd think that you're hearing something straight out of a horror book or something, because we're told that these culprits go in door to door, Maseko, every weekend, killing people, slaying them basically. And we heard this weekend there were 7 murders and 14 injuries in those murders that took place. Hence we're seeing these protests, and those protests that were actually quite violent in their nature last night.
And Aviwe is talking about that visit by the MEC at 2 o'clock, depending on whether she arrives on time or not. That community member clearly telling you there a little earlier on, Lefankala, that they in fact don't want to even talk to Faith Masemola because they've spoken to her before.
One of the people that I've spoken to before, even the minister that they say they want to speak to now, is someone actually, Maseko, they spoke to back in 2020. I understand at that time there was a police killing that happened, and in fact in a conversation that I actually had earlier on, they said that there was some swift response to that culprit that was apprehended within a couple of days, given that it was a police that was murdered at that time. But nothing has changed in terms of the crime rate here in Diepsloot, and in fact it has worsened. In speaking to Lifankala just a bit earlier on, telling me that there's been rampant murders every weekend. There's rampant murders in Diepsloot, and they're gruesome in their nature. So while they're expecting the minister here, they want tangible answers and tangible time frames in terms of, for example, when they'll have public order policing, or amaparet as they call them, to be here on the ground quite daily. They say that they want effective visible policing on the ground here. There was even a request for a total overhaul of the Diepsloot police station, saying that they're quite useless because all these murders happen on a weekend basis, almost on a weekly basis, but no arrests are made, and it's even quite difficult to arrest these culprits, as Lifankala was alluding to them being illegal immigrants. We heard how since these recent spades of the Tutula operations that have been ongoing around Gauteng, even going on to KwaZulu-Natal and stretching further to some parts of the country, those culprits that were in Gauteng are now seemingly moving to Diepsloot, where there is now this high murder rate with no culprits that are being apprehended. So they're saying they want tangible measures on the ground, as the community has actually shut off this road now, not allowing any passers-by or cars to come through this side until they are met by the police minister, accompanied by Fannie Masemola, the new police commissioner, as well as Faith Mazibuko over here, which they say they don't actually want to hear from.
All right, Aviwe, of course, we'll be going back to Aviwe throughout the course of the day, and possibly even more this hour as and when developments start to happen. Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila in Diepsloot for us.